Welcome to the global discussion. Today, I want to talk a little bit about AI in Ireland because AI here in Ireland has entered, I suppose, the operational era. The conversation around AI has shifted decisively. It's no longer about exploration or experimentation. It's becoming more and more about execution. There was a recent study, the AI Ireland 2026 report. It was based on insights from 130 artificial intelligence leaders across many Irish organizations. And the report itself, it makes one point really clear. AI is now embedded in business operations, and the strategic question is no longer whether to adopt AI. Obviously, it's to figure out how you scale it responsibly, how you scale it effectively. And this is a critical inflection point. I think it's the same point for many places that are heavily using artificial intelligence. And it's an important point for leadership teams. AI is now in production, at least in this report, in 74% of organizations that were surveyed. They've moved into AI, they've moved it into early production or even broad adoption, and only 2% have not yet started their AI journey. This level of adoption signals maturity and intent, and AI initiatives are no longer isolated pilots run by, innovation teams or a couple of people in an organization. They're becoming part of core systems, workflows, and operational models. However, production does not equal optimization, and many organizations are still navigating the transition from proof of concept to measurable business value. Efficiency is the primary strategic driver when people are asked about priorities for the next 6 to 12 months. And the leaders overwhelmingly pointed to cost optimization. It was at 27.7%, I think. Engineer assistance followed this at around the 20% mark. It was 19.2%. Particularly in code generation and productivity enhancement. So predictive maintenance actually ranked third at only 15.4%. And the signal is clear. AI is being deployed as an efficiency lever. And this is a very pragmatic approach in a climate where boards demand measurable returns. AI investments now have to demonstrate financial discipline, operational efficiency, improved productivity, and proactive maintenance provide that, tangible, defensible return on investment. Yet there's also a strategic opportunity. Once efficiency gains are realized, organizations can reinvest AI capability into innovation, into product development, customer experience transformation. Integration is the primary constraint, the most significant blocker that was identified by leaders. It's integration challenges. It was cited by 24.6% of respondents. Legacy systems, fragmented infrastructure, and technical debt are slowing the progress. And this finding is somewhat instructive. The barrier is not ambition or appetite. It certainly isn't that. It seems to be architecture. AI cannot operate effectively in isolation. It depends on clean data flows, interoperable systems, scalable infrastructure. Without foundational readiness, even the most advanced models fail to deliver some of the sustained value that we are searching for. So for executives and teams, this reframes the investment conversation. AI budgets must include modernization, integration capability, and infrastructure upgrades. Otherwise, initiative risks becoming a disconnected pilot rather than an enterprise level solution. The skills and literacy gap and resource shortages account for 15.3% of reported blockers. And importantly, this number extends beyond technical teams. So the report highlights the need for improved AI literacy at the leadership level and strategic clarity begins at the top. So without a shared understanding of AI's capabilities, risks, and limitations, organizations are struggling or will struggle to prioritize use cases or allocate capital more effectively. So the recommendation to conduct a senior leadership team audit on AI literacy, I think, is particularly relevant. AI adoption is not solely a technical program. It's actually more of a leadership mandate. And when I think about governance and controlled use, they're becoming standard. And I mean, on the question of generative AI with private company data, over half, 56.2% of leaders favor a controlled use model. And this indicates a structured approach to risk management. Sandbox environments, formal guidelines, and compliance alignment are becoming standard practice. Now, only 15% describe themselves as fully production ready and trusting generative AI systems. And this caution reflects a growing awareness of regulatory expectations, security concerns, and reputational implications of misuse. Governance, thankfully, it's not a secondary consideration, which it may have been in the more hyped areas. It's becoming central to AI strategy, something we've been working very hard on. And the report emphasizes ISO 42001. That certification is known to people in AI. A lot of companies are looking at it. And the regulatory alignment reinforces this shift. So when we think about the shift towards proactive operations and looking at the 90-day outlook, leaders prioritize proactive operations and predictive alerts at 25%, alongside cost optimization at 25%. And this demonstrates, I think, an evolution from reactive to predictive business models. AI is positioned as an early warning system, identifying risks, inefficiencies, and operational issues. AI is somewhat being positioned as an early warning system, identifying risks, inefficiencies, and operational issues before they escalate. This capability has direct implications for resilience, uptime, financial performance, and the organizations that fully operationalize predictive intelligence will probably gain much more structural advantages in speed and responsiveness. The report identifies a readiness gap, and while 41% are in early production, many organizations struggle with integration, complexity, and skill shortages. The gap is not about a belief in AI's potential, it's about execution capability, and closing this gap requires deliberate action, prioritizing technical integration before scaling initiatives, certainly appointing executive level AI sponsors, defining clear commercial objectives by mapping data lineage and infrastructure readiness, and ensuring secure sandbox environments, transitioning pilots to production only when measurable value is demonstrated. So launching structured upskilling programs. These are operational disciplines that are required. They're not necessarily just innovation slogans or nice to haves. And with enterprise influence and market implications, over 43% of respondents represent organizations with between 1,000 to 5,000 employees. So larger enterprises are currently shaping the AI narrative, at least in the context of Ireland in this report. So their scale, their complexity, and resources naturally drive a structured adoption. However, this also presents opportunity. Small and mid-sized organizations often carry less burden, often carry less legacy systems, and may have the agility to move much faster once governance and integration frameworks become clarified. The competitive landscape, it's still forming. And from a strategic outlook, AI in Ireland has moved beyond experimentation. It's entering a disciplined, governance-driven phase of operationalization. The defining capabilities for 2026 will not be experimentation or enthusiasm. They'll probably be infrastructure readiness. When it comes to leadership, literacy, governance maturity, measurable ROI, discipline around AI, it's not a peripheral innovation agenda. It's part of the enterprise architecture. The organizations that treat it as such, structured, integrated, and certainly strategically aligned, they're going to be best positioned to convert adoption into sustained competitive advantage. The question for executive teams is not whether AI matters, it's whether their organization is now structurally prepared to lead with it. I hope that's been thoughtful. I hope it's made you think about a few different things, and I hope you'll join me back here for some more conversations on the global discussion. Thank you.